I'm Christine Wilson, and I'm so happy to be here in this chamber message this morning. Let's begin our service and stand and sing Surely the Presence. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and presence. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on His face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Remain standing as we say our statement. We welcome all as we create loving community, teach universal truth, practice spiritual principles, and live life abundantly. And our vision prayer. Together we acknowledge that the universe is sacred, guiding unity of faith into the future. We release all resistance to change, letting go of what was and embracing the new. We believe that the harmonizing power of love is showing us the way to navigate transition. Together we walk in faith as we welcome what and who is to come with open minds and hearts. Together we are willing and we are ready now. Thank you, God, and so it is. Please be seated. I'd like to invite Rebecca for our opening prayer. Join me as we welcome this opportunity to come together, to commune with one another, and to share the presence of God that rests within each one of us. As we co-create an experience and an expression that uplifts us, that nourishes us, and allows us to do something to the world that is beautiful and loving. So after this time, the music, the community, the platforms, all those who are caring for the technical aspects, for those at home, we just know, and we are present, allowing us. So we allow it to be in silence, and so amen. I think that's just oh yes. Our affirmation this morning is I am a blessing. I love being a blessing to the world. Let's say this together. I am a blessing. I love being a blessing to the world. Is there anybody joining us this morning for the very first time? Anybody? We've had a few people last week. If you're new, raise your hand and we'll be happy to give you a welcoming packet. Have any questions afterwards? Just grab one of us. We'll be happy to talk to you. Welcome everybody who's live streaming. Now let's all stand and sing. I am. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. It's covered in my hands. I am. I am. I called by the voice that speaks of truth and joy. Forever last where I stand. I Please be seated. The daily word today, July 10th, is generous. As I give, I share God's abundance. The limitless resource of infinite spirit flows through my loving heart, clear mind, as a never-ending supply of divine ideas. I always have all that I need to live abundantly, and I share my abundance with others joyfully and freely. I give generously of my resources, talents, and skills, happy to support those I care about. I am generous with praise, gratitude, and encouragement. I give generously of my time. I am a good friend, a devoted family member, and a compassionate listener. Whenever I give without thought of reciprocation, I center myself in the divine flow. I am grateful, trusting, reciprocal spirits of unfailing generosity and conduit through all of which God's blessings flow. And from Proverbs 11, verse 25, a generous person will be enriched, and one who gives water will get water. Now it's time to stand up and sing again. This is such a beautiful community song. How could anyone? How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your love is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your love is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul. Please be seated. As we prepare for our meditation, I'd like to introduce Rebecca Baker, who is a licensed practitioner for the Centers of Spiritual Living. And we're going to prepare for meditation now. Breathe breathe out, I take in, I give out, I go, I release, I go. I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I feel, I am whole, I release, I go. So join as we each enter into that sacred space within our own being, and knowing that as we do so, that we are not as the beauty of this oneness, the peace of this oneness, of this, so that our connection, our shame, and our awareness of the presence of love within our very being becomes more clear, more real. Take a moment to feel your breath, for it's the vehicle of that life energy that permeates this beautiful body we rest in. And as we breathe in and breathe out, allow that breath, that life to resonate in every cell of your body. The trillions of cells we need not know logically how it unfolds, but to know that love is not bound by logic, and it is not bound by time, but that every breath we breathe, we are gifting our body with the divine energy of love. So let's be with that for a moment, whatever it is for each one of us that has risen in the companionship of those here and those with us online.
And indeed, it is good to feel, to sense our own unique way of breathing and being present, knowing that right where each of us stand or sit or rest, it's a perfect place for us each to be. For it is there, the love that is life, that is God, that is the higher one, that is that which has no name, exists. And for this I am grateful. I am very grateful. And I let it be so. And so it is. Great. I got to put my glasses on. You know what? You need to do, right? In order to feel great. You know, sometimes the glasses are needed, aren't they? Yes. Well, it's good to be here, Bo. We're kind of like moving back and forth. I've got this little wonderful device that's allowing me to be at home with people. I can just some things. Take a look at it. Anyway, are you ready? Yeah. Well, good. I'm at. When I come here to connect with you all, part of what I have to do is I move into prayer, which is pretty much all the speakers do for guidance. You know, because there's more of what's happening for all of us than often what is obvious, isn't it? You know, when you look at somebody and smile, but inside there's stuff going on. So to imagine that I am in a state that's just simply Rebecca, and know that I know. But when I as Rebecca tap into the I am of my being, okay, then the I am of my being is that which is in union with the I am of yours. And it is in that space then that ideas and information come that allow me to share what it is that comes forth. I always said, it's so funny because I was talking with Victoria, and she's going to be speaking in a couple of weeks about that process. And sometimes you can write it all out, and no matter how much I write out, it changes. So it's like, oh, okay, at least I know the beginning and the end, and otherwise I know. So this talk is really about being a blessing in the world. You know, how will we be a blessing in the world? What does that look like to be a blessing in the world? Who are we blessing in the world for? And we'll just start there on those two. Like maybe what is in our way? And then how is it that we can take steps that allow us to be more present and more of a blessing in the world? So being a blessing in the world, I kind of look at blessed and blessing. And of course, it's always associated with God. It is a blessing, a favor from God, right? And it is a protection as well as about how it's been perceived. So being a blessing in the world is bringing yourself in so that you, by sheerly being you, bring favor. Doing what it is that you're passionate about, the thing that lights your heart up, then you're bringing a favor, you're bringing that favor to the world. Doing exactly what it is that you do. But the thing is, when I think about being a blessing in the world, I'd be curious what the rest of you. Do you ever look out and think being a blessing in the world is all about being a blessing out here? Being a blessing in another person's life? Is that when you think about blessing in the world, is that kind of what you think about? It's having to do with others, correct? My curiosity is what happens to us? Who is the blessing in our world? And is my being a blessing in the world meant to be what someone else needs in order for them to thrive? When really the blessing in the world first and foremost begins with whom? Ourselves. Remember in that the statement, it is done to you as not about you. It's do unto others as you do unto yourself. So if we want to be a blessing in the world, who's the first person we have to bless? Ourselves. We have to bless ourselves. We have to do favor for ourselves. Because ultimately, no one can do that for us. They can love us as much as they want, but they can't embrace for us what is ours to embrace, which is our divinity, which is our magnificence, which is our beauty, our creativity, and our power as this divinity, as the one with the source, the one with all that is, that we have that at our command, and we can choose how to use it. So first and foremost, how do we use it on ourselves? Now, I don't know about you, but there are times that I can say some pretty tough stuff to myself. Especially when I'm in the bathroom, looking up like a little girl. And my husband heard me. He says, you really are beautiful. And I'm like, thanks. That's really nice of you. I really appreciate you saying that. And I really do, actually. But in that moment, it's like, he's not the one that has to say it. I am the one that has to say it. I am the one that has to be willing to be kind and gentle. I am the one that when I get in a car, behind a car, and some dude is just pulled out in front of me or doesn't use the blinker, I have to stop him. Every word in the book that you're going to find in the Urban Dictionary is coming out of my mouth. Okay? And in that moment, what am I doing? Do I need to condemn myself because I've behaved in that fashion? Do I need to judge myself because I have taken that action? Or do I need to pause and say, girl, what is going on? What is going on that you need to be on somebody's tail because you take that? What's happening here? Instead of looking and saying, well, that was a smart move. Nice job. You should have had this one. You just prayed this morning, right? All these little ways that I can say negative things to myself. And then when I do that, guess what happens? I continue the process and I write another person's rear end. Or I honk, or I do whatever. Okay. When I'm in judgment of myself, my capacity to be compassionate and loving and open and respectful and kind, I can't be. I mean, I'm serving. It's like going to a soup kitchen and serving somebody. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job. Am I connecting? Do I see the beings, who it is that I am serving? Do I see their holiness? Or do I look and say it's out of obligation? I'm doing my job. What am I serving? And when I'm in that space, the one who needs service to me, it's me. I need to take me, and I need to be gentle. Sometimes I just have to put an emotional hug around myself. Or I have to say, you got this. It's okay. And I'll say, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And I'll walk, it's okay. You're okay. And I bring this up because we're at a time, Michael, a great change in the world. There's a lot happening. And all this change is causing tremendous fear, tremendous doubt, hesitation, uncertainty, depression. And so in this time, we can look at that and say the world's gone to hell in a handbasket, right? Or we could pause and say, all right, this is where we are. What do we need? What is it that in this time we're feeling these feelings that we need? How can we nourish ourselves? How can we care for ourselves? How can we be in service so that being service to ourselves, what's going to happen is naturally this is what's going to happen. When we nurture us, our heart, our sense of identity, our sense of being expands. And then all of a sudden, when somebody pulls in front of me, because I can't hear myself, I'm going to be fighting, thinking that they disrespect me. I remember, why am I doing this? And I tapped into a deep sense of feeling insignificant enough that somebody would even use a blinker to let me know. Okay? So it was tied into some of those ideas. I'm like, is that real? Is that real? Is that true? And then I don't beat myself up because I do that. Of course, I do it at times. If I'm, when you're in the processes like Alcoholic Anonymous, Narcs Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, right? Codependency, adult children, alcohol, Al-Anon. One of the things they talk about, right, is if you are hungry, halt, right? If you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, give yourself space to step away. Go take care of yourself. Because when we are engaged in any of those things, and right now it's big, everywhere you turn, isn't it? There's something coming out of it. If you look at the newspaper, something's coming out of it. Listen to the news, whatever. It's another way of being hammered with fear. So part of the process is to stop and say, am I hungry? Because if I'm hungry, I'm mean. I'm going to tell you right now. My newest son is like, Objibwa Prayer. We'll look at each other and say, you eat? No, you don't. We're angry. Okay. Angry or lonely or tired. I can remember being a child and my father saying to me, I was thanking him, he did. And he would torture us because he wouldn't Spanish right away. He'd make us go upstairs. And then he would do this as we were waiting. Oh. I mean, he would be, it'd just be slow at the bottom of the steps. And by the time he got up, he didn't have to touch us because we were the best. But he would look at us and he'd say, I'll never hit you out of anger. He said, I will follow through. I was thankful, but I will never hit you out of anger. So when we're angry, he stepped away, he walked away, he moved in another direction before he decided to take action. Loneliness, how easy it is out of loneliness to shut people away. Because somehow, all of a sudden, that stimulates, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, there's something wrong with me. Oh, we're tired. We're tired. And the first thing is like, I don't know about you, but when I'm tired, I can let stuff fly. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And as a creative being who has the power to decide what I can do with it, I can pause and say, where do we want to go in this moment? Not for the day, not for the rest of my life, but in this moment, what decision can I take in service to be a blessing to myself, to love me, to be compassionate with me, to be kind to me? What is it that I can do? And then I'll wait, and then all of a sudden, a thing is popping, or a thought, or I'll get a thought to music. And one of my days is to go Karen Butler or Faith Rivera, because it builds me up. And I see it, and I start to feel better. A little subtle ways to do that. And when I'm in service to myself, and I do that, or another way that you can help to lift this energy, that when we are in judgment of ourselves, when we are in fear, when we are in doubt, is gratitude. How many of you do gratitude for yourselves? Okay. Okay. How many of you are interested in exploring gratitude? Okay. Okay. Gratitude. And I thank you for answering these questions. I hope I don't want to hold, so I don't want to set them up here. It's kind of communicating. Gratitude is what helps elevate us. By simply expressing you're grateful, even when starting off like this. At that moment, I say, do I want to maintain this? And there are times I do. There are times I do. There are times that I don't. But I actively decided, and I'm owning the responsibility that I have to my life, not giving it to another human, but to own my own responsibility, because then I can change it. Then I can make a difference. So I pause and say, do I want to own this testosterone or not? And if not, then what do I need to do to change it? What do I need? I need to change it. What do I need? Maybe it's just this. Maybe it's, you're loved. You're loved and you know you're loved. You just forgot it. And I'm here to remind you. Just in that moment. I'm not doing it forever, but in that moment. That does, it costs me to bless myself. And then when you turn to someone who's, again, put in front of me, I'm not seeing that as a victim. I'm not in victim mode. So I can create space for that human being to be where that person is in their own particular growth process. And I don't have to take their stuff. Okay? I can just acknowledge that's where they are. Now this process is a process. It's not an easy one at times, especially when I'm deeply connected to whatever it is. And there's a fear. There's a fear of loss. Like there's a fear of loss right now because things are changing and nobody's going to know. Nobody knows at this point where it's going, do they? Right? But where do we go with it? We go to fear and doubt because we've been trained. Our society is trained us in that. Okay? Be hesitant. Be careful. You never going to be around the corner. You never got your best interests at heart. If you don't do it, you don't leave it to somebody else because they don't necessarily get your best interests at heart, right? So everyone in turn, it's a mode that we have to learn to protect. And then, even going up in many of our faiths, we've been trying to beat ourselves up by finding all those things. I grew up Catholicism, and this is the saying Catholicism is a bad spiritual practice. But as a kid, all I saw were those monks that had these things to beat the crap out of themselves. Pardon me. Have you ever seen the wits thing? As if somehow by beating ourselves, we're proving that we're worthy of love. Because look, if we could do that, we could say to Jesus, yes, we suffered like you do. When that human being and that Christ would never have wanted us to beat ourselves or hurt ourselves. Ever. It was never the message. He even said, when we talk about taking care of ourselves, he said, remove the log from your own eye before you remove it from the other. Not because he's chastising, but he says, because when you remove that log, you see the truth. You see your own magnificence, your own beauty. You feel and know that the love that is God is what you are. It is what I am. It is what we are. And so part of our practice is moment by moment learning to let go of those things that we have grown up learning that have kept us feeling small or incomplete or in doubt or in fear. And we each have something different for each one of us. We all have different images. And so when we get that opportunity to get quiet, then when those types of things come up, we can begin to see it. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about with the eye, the log in the eye. I had a situation arose with a friend that I was in fear of the loss of the connection. And I didn't know, I did not know yet. I knew it, but I didn't realize what that touched inside of me. Because it did some good. And in that process, it was amazing. I'm taking a shower, I'm making an entire, I would have good writers for like a movie or something. Because I'm making the whole kinds of stuff. All the things we do that, all of a sudden I'm in a relationship with somebody I struggled with, okay, or maybe there's something I'm seeing somebody do and I don't really like it, so I want to stand up and give my opinion in it, thinking that, okay, I've got the better opinion. And then all of a sudden it's like this need to kind of, in some way, prove something. Does that happen to anybody else? Does anybody notice that in yourself? But also you make a fake scenarios, maybe not even fake, but you make it up and you run them in your mind again and you're going to figure out how you can be on top this time. Okay? Well, all of a sudden it's like, what am I doing? Because I can look and say, well, it's your problem. And we do that a lot right now. There's a lot happening where things are being generated that are causing division. And so we can look and we can say, you're the problem. You're the fault. Right? But when we pause, and I'm saying, man, why do I need to say that? What is happening inside of me that I need to say that? What am I in fear of losing or doubting? And so what happened is I began to ask the question, I said, what is this about? Because it didn't matter what it looked like, who the issues were between in my own mind, it was the same thing. And what came to me is, you're not a loss. You didn't do anything wrong. Just love, be present. Because I was trying to control it in my mind so I could feel safe. So I didn't have to deal with sadness. And what came through is it's okay to be sad, even if you don't know what the outcome is. It's okay. And what it was for me was being real in the way that it was meaningful to me. Okay? And in that process, there was peace. Because all of a sudden I knew that I could still love and honor and care for the person who I cared about. And honor and trust whatever journey someone has to walk, including myself. And to know that it can be anything. But in that moment, I had to just be at peace with me. And I realized there was a little person in there that was afraid. She was afraid. So I just needed to hold her. I needed to reassure her. Really reassure her of purpose. And that journey then gave me the space to love the situation, to love the friend, to love whatever the outcome was going to be. Because I returned and say, I know whatever unfolds will always be for the highest and the best good. Because as a creator, I can intend that. I can intend that. But if I'm unconscious, then I'm intending doubt and fear and frustration. And the thing that I'm creating, because we are always creating, is the thing I don't want. But unless I'm willing to pause and quiet and figure out what's really important, I'm not going to understand what I'm creating. So how can we do that? Why do we want to do it? Well, I it's true to be at peace within. And as I said, when we're talking about going to a food kitchen, it's not action. But where's my heart at? Who am I seeing when I go there? I see these magnificent beings who like me are learning. They're going through their own journey, whatever that is, and I may never know it. But how in this time can I let them know I see them, I honor them, I care for them? And I can do that because I took the time to do it for me. And so in that moment, I could be a blessing for me and others. Because I removed that log out of my eye. I said, oh, I'm not this terrible, I always think of the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day book that was talking about feelings, but it's really about loving ourselves. Because you know what we are is what are we? What does this t-shirt say we are? Anybody? We are
God informed.
we're God informed. Think about that. Not just with our minds, with our heart. Because that's what we are. That's why we can create consciously or consciously. And even if I'm conscious, and I look at somebody I'm unconscious, but I'm mad. I'm like, I'm mad. There's an opportunity for love, and that's why love was so powerful. So what are ways that we can present love so that we can be the light in the world, the blessing in the world that we want to be in the way we want to be? We talked about gratitude, right? If you're a nighttime person, are you guys nighttime people or morning people? Nighttime? Yeah, nighttime. You get the chance to journal at night. or just get a piece of paper. My husband's nervous, saying, is this envelope important? I put a writing on the back of it. Oh, yeah. And I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful the sun is shining. I'm grateful we got this lovely sound when we come to the pond. Last night I was grateful we got a new car. And you know, we got a new car honoring both of our perspectives. That was cool. And, you know, so I was thankful for that. You know, all this thankful I have this little book I could read. That when I read it, it makes me, you know, expand my awareness. So different ways we can be grateful, whether we do it in the morning, do it in the evening, do it in the afternoon. Because what does gratitude do? And that's right. Imagine creating from a vibration of depression. What do you create? You create things that are more depressed. Okay. What we can do in that state is listen to music. How many of you have to do music when you're feeling depressed or you're struggling? Okay. How many are gratitude? Anybody do anything else when you're depressed or when you're struggling? Crochet. I love that. Yeah. We had movies every year for it. So crochet. Anything else? Anybody? Yeah. Yoga. Yoga is another one. Yes. So we all have different ways that help to lift our energy. Because this life can be difficult. So when we get to that space, we're not bad. We're just in the rough space. So some of the tools we have on our belts, like a good carpenter, right? Gratitude, yoga, knitting, or crocheting, dance, music, all kinds of things we can do that when we do, even if this is a little bit. Think about creating that stuff that's a little bit higher in this energy power. And when we do that, what happens is that it helps us to lift higher. We can start to create again from a higher perspective, from a thought that has a higher energy. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? No? Okay. I really think that that's it. I'm just, okay, let me, you know, because I've gone through and it's like, listening is always different. So I just hope that one of the things also, how many of you talk with a friend? How many of you reach out? Yeah. Yeah. Somebody will see you, even when you struggle. I need you to help me see that there's more to going on, that there's more possible for me. So good for us, huh? Good for us. Isn't it good for us? Because the choice that you're making as you sit in these seats is you're making a choice to know there's something greater and more about what you're experiencing in this life. Is that safe to say? Okay. So think in your mind of something that you're grateful for about you, right in this moment. Just take a moment to connect with what you're grateful for about you. Okay? Think of another thought that you're grateful for about you. And if that's a struggle, that's okay. Think about something you're grateful for that you like. That you experience and you share. And go on with that. And feel it. Because not only do we need ourselves to be a blessing, but we need each other. And so we each bring a greater understanding of ourselves and our awarenesses to play. We know that it blesses not only us, but blesses this world. Creating opportunities. And sometimes it means we have to say, we're going to do this even though this is not at the door. Even though our experiences have said to us, don't. But there's something inside that says, dare to believe, dare to trust. Dare. And sometimes it means letting go. Letting go of old beliefs about ourselves. We had when I was first in New Thought, we had a minister to our home. And I remember she said, "We can focus on those, right? So I'm like, how do you get the music taken off? How do you change?" And she had to lie. She said, it was profound to me. If a thought comes up that you don't like, thank you so much for being. I choose. I choose. So I don't be that effective with whatever I'm letting go. But thank you so much for whatever you deserved. I choose this. I choose to own my right to feel better. And I'm just going to go trust. I'm just going to go trust. And there's a smart one. Okay. So, I'm going to go. I'm going to go right here, right now. That which is God. That which is infinite, beyond our definition, beyond our understanding, is that which is just resting in and as each one of us. And that we walk with it in every moment, in every thought, in this time. Always waiting, us to turn forward to remind us of who we are, so that in that moment, we can feel what it is to be the joy that is God, that is love. I am grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And with love, I let this go. I let it be so. And I simply know that it is. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for being our blessing today. We're very grateful to you. And now, as the ushers come forward, we have an opportunity to show our gratitude and our love for this center. Take your tithes and your offerings in your hand. And I invite you to donate them electronically, hold it in your mind. And let's say our offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Gratitude, harmony, gratitude, harmony, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. The ushers will bring the bags forward. We'll ask you to accept our offerings. We just need to share the hour. So we take the moment to bless the love that is expressed through this wonderful community that we call us. We bless the hearts and the hands and the minds of those that have sent it and trusting it to this community to just do wonderful things with it. I mean, this community is blessed by this. We simply give thanks. Thank you. Now we're going to run through some transformation opportunities. And just anything that piques your interest, or you want to sign up for, you just want to know more about, there is a table out in the lobby with all the information, contacts to the people that are offering different things, the telephone numbers or the websites or how you can get a hold of people. So what I'm saying up here a lot of times just kind of, right over your head, but maybe you'd like to find out more about it. So check out the table out there. Now, normally every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., Reverend Chase does a very short prayer talk on the telephone where you can get the phone number out there, and any Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. you can join her in a short prayer. However, she's at Unity Village, and I'm really jealous of that. This week for a youth conference, so she won't be doing it this week, but the following Tuesday, grab the phone number out there and join her for a quick prayer Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock. And also, in those seats and in those little pockets in the seats in front of you, we have forms. If you're in need of prayer, you just healing, you're concerned about something, you can fill out that little purple form, drop it in the bag with the ushers, or put it in the office out there, or get to one of the ushers. And our prayer team here will hold you in prayer, pray with you for 30 days. And then we send it to Silent Unity Village, and then we'll pray with you for another 30 days. So please take advantage of that opportunity. Wonderful things happen. Silent Unity has been praying for over 100 years nonstop. There's also a form in there if you're aware of somebody who hasn't been able to get here or needs contact. We have a care passion team that will get a hold of them, send a card, do a phone call, just checking on them. If you're aware of somebody, please let us know who it is so we can get a hold of them. And if you're interested in joining that team, there is a sign-up sheet out there. And let's see. And I signed up for our weekly newsletter, because if you're not, give us your email, get the newsletter so you have all this information at your fingertips and you can bring it up at home anytime you want to. This Wednesday, y'all, come on back, because we're having our drum circle. Our monthly drum circle is this coming Wednesday at 6 o'clock. You can bring your drums, your rattles, you can beat them. You can just come and enjoy the vibration. You don't even have to play an instrument or get involved. You can just sit there and embrace your vibration, listening to all the noise around you. That's this coming Wednesday, at 6 o'clock. And then in August, Reverend Linda Kepler, who was our speaker last week, is going to be offering a workshop on forgiveness. Now, forgiveness has been said to be the best thing that you can do for yourself. So check into the workshop. There is a fee for this workshop. It's $25 per person or $40 for a couple. And any two people can be a couple. So any two people who sign up together would be $20 a piece. There'll be more information coming out on this. There is a sign-up sheet out there, and there is her email if you would like to contact her and ask any questions. And actually, that's it for today. We are going to close our service. If everybody, we're going to stand. Oh, excuse me, one more thing. I would like to release everybody who is streaming. Tell them, remember, you are the light of the world.